guys, Carlos Cortez here. Hope you're doing well. So today's discussion, we literally just talked about this last podcast. What did we say? We talked about rising interest rates and that the banks, you can expect banks to go belly up. What just happened yesterday? The FDIC took receivership of Heartland Bank failure. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. Like, we literally were just talking about this yesterday on a podcast. As rising interest rates happen, these banks are going to get caught with their pants down. What banks typically do is they get your money, your depository money, they put it in long-term bonds, treasury bills, and when interest rates go up, they lose money on their quote-unquote safe money that they deem safe. And when you pull out money, they're actually losing money by giving your money back. So this has a ripple effect. But the real problem is the unsecured loans that small businesses are getting because they're not able to get loans because these banks are going belly up. So it really hurts the small business owner. If we're hurting a small business owner, giddy up, cowboy. We're going for a huge ride because now you're affecting all of America when over 95% of all workers are employed by a small business owner. This is some serious stuff, man. Like I told you time and time again that these bank failures, we're not done. We're not done. And the Fed this week already increased the interest rates, as you guys know, on Wednesday, another quarter basis point, 0.25. And as they keep on rising interest rates, like over the past, our interest rates haven't been as high since 2020, since 22 years, actually. And we're over 525 basis points in rate hikes. So we are going to see a ripple effect. And we'll see it from 6 to 12 months from now as more and more banks fail and more banks are not able to help small business owners. And as this inflationary period cools off, guys, we're going to see some weird stuff happening. And it's times like this that you really need to be proactive and be very, very cognitive of where you're opening your bank accounts. Are you reading the disclosures that they're telling you, and that just don't check off the box? Yeah, I read it. Cool. Okay, you can shut me down. We have a social credit score issue that is in the up and coming. They want to make us like China, in my opinion. Rising inflation. So another major problem with what's going on is that we have bank deposits are going down. The Federal Reserve doesn't even know what they're doing. They're not stepping in. They're not regulating these banks. They're not having ongoing due diligence on really finding out their checks and balance and their ratios on how much they have exposed to rising interest rate sensitive investments. They just have these rules, but they really don't implement them. And then they want to, hurry up and fix the problem last minute and scramble to do it. And they look like they're fumbling, just like Joe Biden is trying to ride a bike. It just doesn't work. So more than ever, guys, we have to be very, very cautious of what's going on. The FDIC took receivership of Heartland Bank. Guys, I'm sick of this story, man. Like, it's the same thing over and over again. Rising interest rates happen. They want to crash the small regional banks. What do you think they're trying to do? I feel like there's only going to be 4 or 5 banks that are FedNow certified. Bank of America, Chase, probably 2 of the 5 that are scratching the back of this woke agenda, this Luciferian agenda. All these FedNow certified banks, the ones that raised their hand and said, hey, I want to sign up for this FedNow program. Watch and trace us. We're okay with it. Even if we're vaccinated, we don't know how long we're going to live, but we want to be a part of this tyrannical financial takeover. So sign us up, Mr. Government. I feel like there's only going to be 4 or 5 banks that are going to be left, and they're going to get rid of their regionals. They're going to get rid of the regional banks because they want to invoke the CBDC. And it's scary because how do you protect yourself from transactional banks? Look something up real quick as I'm speaking, because I just got an idea. But if you've been watching me for over and over the past year, pretty much we've predicted this would happen. So it's not a surprise for us. And we don't fear the failures of banks. We don't fear the pandemic. We don't fear the jab. We don't fear Resdemivir. And I've been Resdemivired. I'll tell that story when I'm ready. We don't fear these lawsuits. We don't fear these defamations. We don't fear these woke agendas. We don't fear Satan trying to destroy us. We simply plan for it, and we put on the armor of God, and we continue to fight. So what we have to do is be proactive. And that doesn't just mean buying these puppies, right? Buying precious metals. Even though I like these silver bars from Cornerstone, you can call them at 888-747-3309. They will put scriptures on your silver. Make it religiously exempt. Gold is a tier 1 currency. The government controls all tier 1 currencies. But if you put scriptures on your silver, which is industrial metal, by the way, it's not a tier 1 currency. So we do like silver, and more importantly, you can put Bible scriptures on your silver, and it's religiously exempt. The only place I know that does it is Cornerstone. 888-747-3309. Give them a call. Let them know I sent you. Say hello to my friends over there. They're great people. They're not going to charge you 20-25% to buy gold or silver. They are very fair and reasonable. They will beat most pretty much anyone's offer. So great outfit to just call. Spirit-led people too. So yes, the bank went belly up. We have questions like, where do we bank? Where do we go? Guys, I can't give you that advice. I don't know what town you're in, and I can't make a blanket recommendation on the 40,000 people that are going to watch this podcast, because we get people that are watching out of the country, and I don't know their banking laws outside of the U.S. But what I can say for those that are watching here in America, you need to find yourself a credit union that, and once you do, you need to find yourself a credit union, a small bank, a small community bank that does not abide by the FedNow program. And if you're not sure, just simply call and speak to a branch manager and ask them, what do you think about the FedNow program? What are you guys doing to prepare for it? Are you going to be involved in it? If they say yes, then find another bank. It's that simple. But more importantly, I'm speaking to the business owners. I'm speaking to people that have money in the bank right now. How does that make you feel knowing that the regional banking system is collapsing right before our eyes? Even when Yellen lied through her teeth saying the banks are safe and sound, they're strong and they're sound. Give me a freaking break. Deposits are at an all-time low. This is another reason why bank failures are crazy right now, is we have rising interest rates and the banks are not collecting money. Hello, if they don't have money coming in, they're not going to be able to loan money out. They're not going to be able to sustain their payroll. They're not going to be able to live off the interest on, or even be profitable off the interest off the deposits that are being deposited. Banks make money when they lend your money out. That's why a certificate of disappointments or certificate of disappreciation, whatever you want to call it, CDs, that's why they penalize you when you take money out, because they need to be able to make that spread in order for them to stay solvent. So be very careful with the banks. If you have a business and you have over, $250,000, give us a call. We do have solutions for you. There's no need to be in the banks. to have your nest egg. The only reason why you have a bank account is to pay your monthly bills. Other than your monthly bills, aside from that, why are you putting your money in the banking system? I've already showed you in the last podcast that when you open up a checking account, you literally are giving your money, the rights to your money to the bank, which now are in bed with this Fed Now program, and they have the ability to shut, freeze, deny, restrict your bank accounts if they feel that it's a risk to their institution, not to you, but just their institution, and they will allow and abide and be 100% compliant with local and state and federal laws. So if they label you a domestic terrorist because you're on a podcast talking about the blood of Jesus, or why you believe in a Bible, or why you don't like, the vaccine, or speaking against the narrative like Dr. McCullough, they will shut you down. They legally can do what's suitable in their eyes. This is some scary stuff. And you want to have your business funds in these type of accounts? No, siree. Think about that. There are options for you. Give us a call, 813-448-3446, or visit us at line at cortezwm.com. You do not need to have your nest egg money in the bank. I don't want to say that's some of the dumbest things, but that's the most uneducated things that you could do, knowing that you're only going to get covered by the FDIC up to $250,000, and they will pay you back, or they will try to broker and find another deal like Heartland did with Dream. Dream Bank is buying them out. And fortunately for Heartland Bank depository customers, Dream is going to literally just take everything over, and they literally can write checks this weekend, and everything is working smooth. But what if you're not that lucky on the next bank failure? What if you're not that fortunate? Like, I don't want to have that conversation. Hey, your money might be there. Your money might be there. That, like, we don't want to have that conversation. That's not a conversation, a pleasant conversation for anyone. We want to say we have a high guarantee by the strength of this strong insurance company. They will pay the guarantees, and they are reinsured. They're not covered like the FDIC. The FDIC only requires 1 to 3% of your principal in reserves. And so when you pull large cash withdrawals out of your bank, they can tell you no. Like, you signed documents to open up your checking account. Go up and basically go to your bank and ask them, I need the account agreement for my checking account, and read it in the back. I'll guarantee you it's all the way in the back. I just showed you Chase's account agreement. It was on page 22 of 28. Large cash withdrawals. They can refuse your large cash withdrawals, and they can make changes to their agreement without any notice. How does that make you feel? Like the bank can literally control your money. And I feel like they're doing this because they want to put everything in this Fed Now garbage. They want to put everything in the CBDC. They want to trace us. They want to track us. The blockchain is more relevant than ever. Artificial intelligence is more relevant than ever. You tie that in with the banking, the everything that's coming together, they will eventually control you. And we need to stop the resistance. We need to hold the line. Give us a call. We have solutions that are anti-CBDC, that are freedom-based accounts. What I like talking about is PIAs, private insured accounts. More than ever, you can open up an insurance contract, an insurance account, a private insurance account that's between you and the carrier. The government is not playing games with, they cannot play games with your own account, because you're account owner. You're getting out of a 401k. You're getting out of an IRA that is owned by the government. The government or the plan administrator dictates how and when you can take the money out. So you want to make sure that you have a privatized insured account. And we have a plethora of them. And they've been working great for the past decade for all of our clients. There's no CBDC involved. If you ever get sued, no one can take that money. They're creditor proof. They are stock market proof because they're not invested in a stock market. They only grow with the index. And some of the indexes that we have, they've done double-digit returns, not year by year, but most of the years. And we want to run some calculations, run some projections, make sure it's right for you. But you got to give us a call, 813-448-3446. There's no reason to have all your money in the bank right now. Like literally, there's millions of dollars being moved right this second from the banks into private insured accounts because we're just fed up. We're just fed up of it as a country. We're just fed up of having X amount of money in the bank and not being able to secure it. You have the right to know your options. The troops have died for the spirit of enterprise, the spirit of capitalism, for your financial rights. Our troops have fought very, very hard. And you have the right to know that there is an option for safe money. There is an option to completely have protection, insurance on your money without having the garbage of the FDIC and all the politics with Yellen and Powell and saying, oh, interest rates this and the bank freezes on that and FDIC. Get out of the FDIC garbage. I don't trust them. But yet all of us have money in these accounts. And I'm not talking about little money. I'm talking about big money. Like some of you guys that are calling have $500,000 in a bank and you're scratching your head. I don't know what to do with it. Well, one thing I would do is get out of the banks, man. Like, don't you see that they're falling off every time there's a interest rate hike? And Jerome Powell's already saying that he's going to raise it again. And there's less and less people putting money in the banks. And now you have a rising interest rate environment. These are two massive problems. There's only so much a bank can take. And so this is why I'm a big fan of the private insured accounts. They've been around for a while. They are safe money. If you've heard of our podcast, they're green money accounts. I can't stress enough that more than ever, guys, you need to have principal protection. Wall Street does not want you to know about principal protection. Wall Street gets paid when they tell you to diversify between stocks and bonds and mutual funds. Oh, I'm sorry. The stock market, yeah, you need a 60-40 blend. You need to allocate from a moderate portfolio to a target fund of a conservative portfolio. Don't worry, Mr. Client. It doesn't have a seatbelt on it, and you can lose all your money, but we're going to go conservative because we're blended with bonds and real estate investment trusts, and it'll never go down. This is the language that people are buying into. And so when you have safe money, there are no losses. There are no losses. There might be fees depending on which carrier you go with, but there are no losses. Because it's not invested in a stock market. It's an insured account. And so you want to make sure that you find a contract that has unlimited gains, no losses, principal protection in writing, that has a guarantee, on your principal. Like the PIAs have that. The private insured accounts have all these things. And now they're so good with some of the indices that I've been vetting. These indices are growing like crazy because they have this transitional component where they can go from the S&P 500 to the NASDAQ, from the NASDAQ to commodities, from commodities to treasuries on a day-to-day basis tactically. Like what product, what design do you have right now that has ability to shift on a day-to-day basis and never ever lose a penny? This is the power of a private insured account. Like this is a great solution for someone that has more than they need. No more than 1 year worth of bills needs to be in the bank. After that, you need to put that money away in a safe bucket that can grow, that can beat inflation, that you still have access to it. Now, the downside with the private insured accounts is obviously you only have access to 10% a year for a time frame. Typically, it's 5 to 10 years. And the strength and the guarantees backed by the strength of the carrier you decide to go with. But I'm okay with that because now we're not in the stock market. And now the big banks can't charge their fees. They can't belly up on us. They can't do all this garbage that's happening right now because we have a private insured account. They run on a totally different matrix. They don't need the banking system. We need to get out of the banking system. So having a little bit of precious metals, you're out of the banking system, and you have it home, you're out of the banking system, but you also have your nest egg out of the stock market into a assured account that can grow just like the stock market, maybe even better because there's no losses. Guys, what I'm getting at is mainstream media does not want you to protect your principal. They want you to be poor. They want you to have fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They want you to start losing money, in my opinion, so you can stay hooked on a TV and that they can completely have this agenda, get their ratings up when fear is up, when the stock market is up and the volatility index is all over the place. You guys are watching the news, is seeing you're almost like a newborn baby, sleeping like a baby, waking up every 2 or 3 hours and checking out your statements or checking out your online portal. You don't need to be doing that anymore. You have options. We even have a yellow money bucket where professional money managers go in and watch your money on a day-to-day basis. And we're talking a room full of day traders watching your money. So I say all this because the Heartland Bank failure is just a simple reminder that this is the 5th bank this year that has gone belly up. I just said it in my last podcast on Friday. I recorded it Thursday. I believe it went out Friday. That there's going to be more banks that go belly up because of this 25 basis point rate increase. And Jerome Powell said it Wednesday. He is going to raise interest rates again. Every time they do that, it just goes ham. The banks just fall. Why are you putting your nest egg? Look, I'm not saying get rid of your bank. What I'm saying is it is not prudent right now in this environment to have all your money in a bank account where they can literally, where you signed away your rights to your money, that you want them to watch over your money. And if you behave, if you don't act right, they have the ability to freeze, deny, restrict your money, and you need an attorney to get your own money out at your expense. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What makes sense is to give us a call. Let's talk about a private insured account, how it can benefit you and your family so that you can have peace and sound mind. You know, 2 Timothy 1:7, for I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of peace, love, and self-discipline. Some translations say sound mind. That's what we want. We want to give you sound mind. We want to make sure that is our goal, that is our aim, that you have principal protection, that you have the ability to protect your money from the CBDC, from this woke agenda, that we're not buying Pfizer, we're not buying BlackRock or Vanguard or any of these companies that believe in killing babies, the woke agenda, that believe in the Project 2030, that believe in all these things that go against our Christian beliefs. We got to make sure, guys, that your principal is protected in these rough times. So give us a call, 813-448-3446. One of the reasons why I love this country is because of our Second Amendment. And if you're not caring every day, you're not supporting our Second Amendment. But some of the guys that do, they love the Vanish gun holster. One of my favorite sponsors, Vanish. You can go to the website, vnsh.com/Cortez, and get you $50 off a brand new gun holster that you can wear across your waist. It's not cumbersome. They're very comfortable. You almost feel like you don't have it. And you're dealing with yoga pant material. You can exercise with it. It's not going to smell. I'm here in Florida. It fits great. And you have the ability to carry whatever pistol you want with these universal gun holsters. Get you one. If you don't like it, you can return it. But you probably won't because you'll love it. And they ship really, really fast. So give them a shout, or just visit their website at vnsh.com/Cortez. Please use the link on the description and you can get $50 off. And also it helps support our podcast as well. More importantly, if you're passionate about promoting America and not having toxic products around your home, and these woke companies like Target and Walmart and Amazon, don't get me wrong, I still shop in there when I need to, but I'd rather buy American. I'd rather buy from a patriot company that loves God, country, and family. Go to switchmyproductsusa.com if you're interested in converting your whole home into all American products that are beneficial for you. Go to switchmyproductsusa.com. Once you put in your information, someone from my team, I myself or someone from my team, will contact you and teach you how to invite you to show you how to shop online. That simple. They're even picky on who are their customers. So I really, really like them a lot. SwitchMyProductsUSA.com. Check it out and fill out your information and get you some breath mints. These breath mints are amazing. They're strawberry instead of the icebreakers that they put all this garbage in it. Get non-toxic breath mints. You can get deodorants, shampoos. You can get a lot of stuff. But more importantly, guys, I just wanted to really emphasize the PIAs, the private insured accounts. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, and no one has ever lost money in a private insured account. We like them. We feel that they're so suitable in this day and age. The stock market's going up. We still win. The stock market goes down. We still win because we don't lose anything. The stock market goes sideways. We still win because we have fixed options. We don't lose anything. We can actually collect interest. So you only make money in the stock market one way. But if it goes sideways, you lose money to fees and inflation. If it goes down, you lose money. So you're only making money 33% of the time when you're in the stock market. When you have these private insured accounts, you're making money only when it goes up. You have the ability to make money if the market goes sideways, but you're not losing money when it goes down. So you've increased your odds, in my opinion, over 70% by either protecting your money or earning interest. And those interests are locked in, guaranteed, and insured. So give us a call. Visit us at CortezWM.com. It is summertime. I know a lot of people are not wondering about money, or they're just focused on getting that last few days in before they leave to vacation, before the kids go back to school. I know I am. I'm going to be gone next week on vacation, so I'll be out of the office. But more importantly, I'll be sure to do some podcasts of shows next week. I'll just have to do them earlier and record them earlier in the week before I leave. But I am going to miss you guys. I will see you soon. I hope that this information is valuable to you. My verse for today is Isaiah 41:10. Very simple, powerful verse. It helped me when I was dying from COVID and I got Remdesivir. And it just gave me that God-ordained fight just to make it through. Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I'm with you. Do not be dismayed, for I'm your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my righteous right hand. For I am the Lord, your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear. I will help you. Amen. So I don't know if you're going through any depression, or if you're scared, if you have fear, anxiety, but it is my prayer that this verse ministers to your soul. It is my prayer that your name is written in a book of life. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please ask Christ into your heart. Just let him know that I'm a sinner and I can't live life without you. That's all you got to do. And just ask him into your heart. Let him transform you. Admit that you are a sinner and that you need a savior, and Jesus Christ is your savior. If that's you, please pray that prayer and repeat those words. And you can end it off with this beautiful Bible verse. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand, for I am the Lord, your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. You know, the young people, they're always looking, they're taking selfies. They're always looking for love, but they find love in the wrong places. Same situations, wrong places. And this verse, and when I see these young people showing off their body parts on Facebook, the women and the men trying to show off their materialistic items, it's like they're looking for love. They're looking for things that think the world requires them. But really, they just need to seek God. And God will give them that. God will fill their cup of whatever they're trying to mask. Maybe that's you. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We get a lot of people watching this podcast, but my job here is to leave an impact on this world, to leave an impact in your hearts. And if I'm not here tomorrow, at least you know that God will be here tomorrow. God is forever. And I'm just a vessel. I'm just using this platform to glorify his name and to educate you on financial matters. But I will say, please ask Christ into your heart. It'll mean the world to me. It'll mean the world to a generation, that you will leave a legacy behind for generations to come. So with that being said, God bless you guys. And I will be talking to you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.